special guest. We got Nikki Smith, who happens to be the niece of the third chair, my man JC. You know what I mean?
Mr. Character.
Right. We appreciate your presence.
Thank you.
I was in your inbox for a while.
Yeah.
I was trying to get her here, but we got her here.
Yeah,
I'm here. Let's not do it.
I was going to say, why you using her inbox?
Here we go. Here we go.
I'm just checking.
Here we go.
Just checking.
He wanted me to
Just checking.
No, it was all
come and
business.
teach class.
That's all business?
Yeah.
I got you.
He wanted me to
Come to the university and teach class.
Come and
Okay.
teach class.
Right,
I can understand.
and
Yeah.
she is here on recovery. And actually, for the last couple of weeks,
Right.
we've been touching
Focused.
down on that because
Yeah.
it is a necessity. It is needed. There's a lot going on in just our county alone, so we definitely want to make people aware of what's going on with that.
Yeah.
So, we're more than happy when someone wants to come talk on our platform about, the
And I'm
addiction.
always happy to
Absolutely, and we
address
and we definitely appreciate you. Like we said, we appreciate your presence here.
Yes.
But tell us a little bit about recovery.
So, I could tell you a lot about recovery.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start like with my little timeline.
A testimony?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
Okay.
So everybody really, knows I struggled for a long time, but they don't know how long. So it was
Okay.
a span of 20 years, off and on.
That's a long time.
That's a very long time.
Considering my
Yeah.
age, yeah, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
Right, that's half of your life.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a very long
That's a
time.
long time.
But you know what? Start from the beginning. As far as what do you recall when and who you were with when you first started?
I do.
You do?
I do.
Now, we don't have to get personal names or nothing. We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that here.
Right.
But you do recall?
I do recall.
Wow.
I'll never forget it.
Never forget.
Never.
Oh, man.
Never
Unreal.
forget it. But the thing was, it wasn't on them. It was on me because I had a choice.
Right,
But people don't ever address the fact of why addiction. So there's always an underlining issue. It could be a multitude of things, but my thing was trauma.
Right.
So
I was going to say, not to cut you off, but
Yeah.
it be trauma, or if you have an addictive personality.
That too.
Because I know people who have dibbled and dabbled and then be like, you know what, that's
It ain't
not my
for me.
thing,
Yeah.
and then they can back away.
Right.
Because I was always curious as to why or how does a person
become
know and then become and be like, yeah, like, okay, I'm gonna continue to do this.
Right.
Like after the first time you try it, and then you say like, okay, well, dang,
Right.
that was an intense situation.
Right.
I went through it.
Right.
Everything is good. But now I'm like, you know what? Now I want to try it again. Whereas some people are like, that wasn't my
I
thing.
ain't
That ain't my
Right.
bag.
did it right.
Right.
So I can't speak for everyone, but I can.
Right. Because every situation is different.
Right. So for me, it was easier for me to suppress my. I don't think the mic got to be that close to my face, Marie.
You're okay. You're okay.
So for me, it was the fact of it was easier for me to suppress my emotions than to deal with them.
Okay.
And drugs was my way of doing that and still being able to be present, be a mom, physically. Mentally,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
checked all the way out. But I was there.
All the way. Yeah.
I was there.
man.
I wiped away
Yeah.
boo-boos. I made dinner, put them to bed, got them to school, did homework. But
Yeah, because you
that
know
was
what? I dealt with a similar situation,
it. Yeah.
and it was the craziest thing was it was a hidden alcoholism. So I'm like,
wow,
what?
yeah.
Right? Like it
Yeah.
was.
You seen function.
Right, like,
Yeah.
so you go do whatever you do, and while you're out, you stop by the liquor store, get you a couple of them little baby bottles,
Yeah.
hit them up
yeah.
a couple times, then come back
yeah.
and be wrecked, and I'd be like, where did you go? What happened?
And that's the craziest thing because I will admit, like you always say, you heard it here first.
Right.
I will admit, 2 years ago, I was a full-blown alcoholic.
Oh, no doubt.
I was not dependent.
Two
No, I
years
was not-
ago?
There's a
Or
difference.
long-
2 years ago, no.
Long
I've
before
cut back
2 years.
considerably. 2 years ago. No one really had a clue of it, but the problem was there. And in fact, you guys were the ones that brought it to my attention. Like, hey man, like you can
slow it down just a little bit.
You slow it down. I was a functioning one, man.
Right.
Yeah, but I was not dependent to where I had to.
Right, for sure.
You know,
for sure.
I didn't have to wean myself off or nothing.
All addicts start out functioning.
Right.
Yeah.
Until you're no longer able to function.
Right.
That's,
no, it was messing with the job and everything.
Yeah.
You know, I was getting time and everything. So
you know,
I got to
function good, and then you couldn't function anymore.
Yeah. I put on a good front.
Oh yeah, you present very well.
Yeah.
You know, but you know how to.
Right.
And who you need to in front of.
Right.
To continue on to do what you need to do to make sure you're straight. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Like I said, I was there physically.
Yeah.
But mentally I was checked all the way out.
Right.
And I was cool with that. I was going through so much. Losing the baby, losing my grandma, losing my dad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Within a 4-year period. And you know, we all know Dawn is not, she hasn't really ever been present, so I didn't have nobody to fall
Now,
back
do you all
on.
have a relationship now after these years?
We're still estranged. But I made peace with that.
Right.
Okay.
Sometimes you have
You
to.
know?
Sometimes you have to.
Not for her. I forgive her.
Yeah.
Right.
But the peace that I made with the fact that maybe I will never have a mother.
Well, you always have a mother,
Right.
but the relationship with the mother,
No.
you know,
No, it's not the same. First of all, you can't tell me about a mother-daughter relationship because it's something you will ever never know.
Well, no.
You can tell me about a son-mother relationship because I've never had a physical mother.
Right.
You know, her body helped me to be here, but she never mothered me.
Okay.
So there's a difference. You know
I
what I'm saying?
understand that.
And the
I get
piece that
that.
I made with it was in order for me to work through my hurt to get to my heal. So I forgive her, you know, but that's probably a situation that I'll never be able to rectify, so why keep dwelling in it?
Okay.
Especially when I've done all that I am supposed to do, not only as a daughter, but as a person.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And as the parent should, you know, kind of step up. And,
I mean,
you know,
but it
come forward.
happens.
But
We all
after
know-
so many
we know.
years, I still think that, you know, I can't give up on it. You know, I can forgive.
I
You
think
can't
I've
forget
given up.
things because your mind works in a certain way and everything. But
Right,
at the
right.
same time,
Can I ask you a question?
I would like to.
that's-
Wait a
Me?
minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, like I said, man, I still think there's room to forgive it.
I didn't say. You said for forgiveness? I told you I forgive her.
When you say you were at peace with it.
No,
But
I
you-
said I forgive her.
Oh, okay.
I forgive her.
Okay.
But it's something that I have washed my hands with
I
as
got
far as the situation. I forgave her for myself, not for her. To get through my hurt, to get to my heal. That was part of my journey. You know, I can't control things that are not within my realm of reach. And there comes a time where you have to stop trying in order to protect your peace. And that's what I did. You know?
Yes, sir. Yeah, so baby.
Yeah, man, I was just wondering. I was kind of interested, like when you were telling the beginning of the story of how it even came to be. Like, what is some of the craziest things you've done behind your addiction?
Oh, Jesus. I've stolen. I've done just about everything.
Oh, okay.
Fraud. I wasn't the type of person to be out there tricking. I didn't take it that far.
Oh, okay,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? If you couldn't take my money, I'll spend it and find somebody else who could. That was never an issue.
Right.
But probably everything short of that cookie, been there, done that.
Yeah. Because, like, I know a few people that were dealing with their addiction, and, like, they didn't have, like you said, they'd do anything from
Yeah.
going into the grocery store, stealing a couple
yeah.
packs of steaks,
Oh, I was-
selling them, flipping them, and all of that.
I was ready
Getting it on.
to check scales
Yeah.
with
Right.
a ring of people on these feet.
Right, right.
It's vicious.
It
Credit
is.
card fraud.
It's vicious.
Yeah.
You know.
You name it, I probably
Yeah.
have done it short of selling my body.
Right, right.
And you know what? A lot of our family members,
Yeah.
it's in there.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I mean, it happens.
definitely-
We deal with it. You know, thank
Right.
God some of them, they peel out of it.
Right.
You know, like my sister alone. You know, she,
Yeah.
oh man, her story is
Yeah.
a great story.
Yeah, it
to tell.
is.
It's a great story to be
Yes,
told.
it
You know,
is.
she was at the bottoms. The bottoms, man. I'm talking about the can lady, the bag lady. You know, change here, change
Me
there.
too.
Right.
Me
Now
too.
she's married.
Yes.
She knows God.
Yes.
And wow,
Yeah.
she takes care of grandkids.
Yes.
Right.
They
Yes.
travel.
Yeah.
You know,
Enjoy
so-
life.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a blessing right there.
Her and him both got a powerful story.
Her
For
husband,
real, for real.
and I love him to pieces.
Me
He's
too.
a good guy.
I tried to get him to mentor
They're a
my
good
son
fit.
so many times.
Oh well, we'll definitely get something together here.
Like,
yeah,
that's all
yeah,
another.
Yeah, we'll definitely get something together. Here.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
as far as now, getting back to the recovery addiction part of it all.
So did you go through a rehab, or did you?
Yeah,
Was it,
yeah.
Several.
what facility did you know?
Every facility.
Oh, there was a
From
few.
here to Washington.
Okay.
A few times.
Okay, I got you. I got
Every one of
you.
them.
That wasn't it for me though. So off and on for 20 years. Used
Right,
drugs. It was May 17th or whenever Mother's Day was of 2020. I was on the run.
Oh, okay.
Mind you, I'm in and out of jail, having kids, lost my
Oh, you was living that
home.
life.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Dad died, left me almost 100K. Probably went through it in 11 months.
You said a month or 11 months?
11.
Oh, I was good.
11.
I was good to say,
11.
holy smokes.
11.
You was going through 10,000 a month.
Close to it.
Sheesh.
Which ain't hard.
Close to it.
It's not hard, right?
Ain't
Right.
hard to do.
Especially if you
Especially if you got it.
Especially if you got an addiction.
An
Yeah,
addiction
for sure.
of opiates,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
addiction of cocaine.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, it definitely was very easy. I made a lot of people rich.
Oh my.
Right.
Yeah.
They kids with school clothes on me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. For sure.
Furniture
Got
on
them all
me.
together.
Probably
Right.
maybe a car or two on me.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It was nothing
Behind the addiction, that is so crazy.
behind the addiction.
But you know what, man? You can be addicted to a lot of things.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Right.
it
Don't
just-
have
it
to be
does-
drugs.
My goodness.
Right, like I have a porn addiction.
Do you?
You know what?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's easy. It's easy.
Oh, you must too.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Because you know what?
Listen. I'm gonna tell you
You know
what.
what?
He might,
I'm gonna tell you what.
He
Since
might
you-
deny his.
since you said
I'm
it-
gonna accept mine.
Since you said it, I get my daily dose.
Right, we all
I do get my daily dose.
Right, we all do.
Take
We
it.
all do.
Now, do I need it? No. No. So I wouldn't label it an addiction. I get my daily dose though. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
You heard it here first.
Right, I'm gonna tell you. Listen.
But this man said he has a
Yeah, I definitely have a sexual addiction for sure. Yeah, I like porn, and
I mean, but ain't nothing wrong with that. It's
There's
not
nothing wrong with
hurting you.
no, it's not.
And
And I ain't hurt nobody.
It's not
And
hurting
hey-
anyone close to you.
I mean, every once in a while you get a little rough, but that that's here nor there.
That's a good hurt.
Right,
That's a good hurt.
I don't know. I ain't never been. I've not. For me, I'd rather make a movie
Okay, well listen, let
than
me
watch
ask you
a
this.
movie.
Let me
There
ask
you
you
go.
this. Do the women watch porn? Like we watch porn?
I'm gonna say
Yes.
no.
Yes.
I'm gonna say
Really?
no.
Yes.
Are you serious?
I mean, I'm talking about the caliber of women. I don't think porn is what you can make a movie instead
You
of
out your
watching a
damn
movie.
mind.
What?
She's delusional.
Oh,
I think you guys.
maybe I should watch some porn
I think you guys.
because I must be missing something.
I think you guys.
need to watch porn,
for sure.
or that we do?
I think you
wish
need
we
to
could
watch
take
less.
a vote right now.
I think, you, I think you need to watch less.
I wish
of
it was
I think
live
you're
because I'd
watching-
say, "Oh, hit me
Well,
on
listen,
message."
we're
Post
going
it on
we're going to get some
Yeah.
comments on this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
I hope
Okay,
so.
we definitely need, we
I
need
need
you guys
y'all
to hit the
input,
comment
ladies.
section on this one because
Are you
Kia came
all
here
foreigners?
and she's trying to turn this mother upside down.
Are you?
Right.
Listen,
Are you all
I do think
foreigners
you.
or
I
not?
think okay.
I would say
If you do
probably,
what-
if you break it down to a percentage, I would say anywhere from 60
Ooh,
to 75%.
Maybe 30
Yes.
to
No.
47.
Negative. Of what? People or what?
Women.
I'm just
Male or
going to say
female?
overall. Females, I would say probably right around 60 to 70%.
Oh,
Of the females watch
Please.
porn?
They watch
I would
porn.
say that.
would you
Listen,
rather
any
make a
female-
movie
any
or
female-
would you rather watch a movie?
Any female that got
I
a
know.
toy box, I promise you,
Oh,
she
definitely.
watches porn.
Definitely.
And there's not too many ladies out there that don't got a toy box
Definitely.
or at least a nightstand drawer.
And who
that
don't like a dozen roses?
Right, for sure,
Who don't like a dozen of them?
for sure.
I'm not a porn person.
No,
Now, getting back to what the man said, you guys do the same things we do, so let's come
I'm
up
not
off of
denying that.
Right,
That I'm not denying.
but as far
I'm just saying, I don't
as
think
but
it's
as far
porn.
as the adult section, I think you guys do it just as much.
yeah, they just try to keep theirs way on the down low.
Well,
Yeah, I
why?
don't know
Why
why.
would
Right,
we?
I don't know.
I don't.
Cause y'all feel like it's just
That was
it's
air
just
quotes?
it's just dirty. Yeah, it's
That
just
was
dirty.
that one?
Yeah, it's just dirty.
Maybe inappropriate.
But you
I don't know.
got your rose.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah, for sure.
OMG.
For sure. They got the whole, they got the rose.
Oh my
Some of them got them, what they call them, power wands and all kind of other
And
stuff.
you know, don't what they
Man.
call them.
Hitachi
Yeah,
wand.
man.
Cause-
Yeah, man.
Hitachi wand.
Listen, so let's not act like every now and then you got to put a little something on the TV.
Hey man, wow.
Show you.
I'm gonna leave that to y'all.
Right, for
Oh my
sure.
God.
But so now that you know you have an addiction, are you okay with it?
Yeah, I accept mine. So I'm cool with it.
Oh, you cool.
I'm going to ride mine till I die.
Well, literally.
Right,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure.
I don't think you should be cool with any addiction because listen, if you're in a serious relationship, sometimes that addiction can
It
be
ruined
toxic.
mine. Yeah, it ruined my last
See,
one.
this is-
Oh,
well,
it
see,
was-
he needs his addiction fixed if it ruined his
Yeah,
relationship.
if
because
it's
see,
harming you or
that porn
someone
thing is not
else.
real life.
Eh,
It develops a cloud on your head.
right.
It does.
For sure, they tell
start
you
to
that, too.
perceive things differently.
Right, and you think certain things that are supposed to happen that don't happen.
that's not happening,
Right.
and you look and everything and that's not.
So do you not want to be in a relationship? You don't.
Oh, I mean, I
wanna
will be, but I just got to find somebody that matches my energy.
What if you know,
What if what?
what if nobody matches your energy?
I'll be single.
Instead of maybe
Nothing wrong with that.
Right, I'm okay with it.
accommodating
Nothing wrong with being a
someone?
spinster.
Okay, well, listen, this is the thing.
Is a spinster a male or female?
If I'm supposed
Unmarried.
to accommodate someone, shouldn't they be willing to accommodate me too?
I mean,
It should
yeah,
be like a
but
50-50 thing, right?
But
It depends on
Meet
what
me,
the
meet me,
accommodation-
meet me
It
halfway.
depends on what the
I'm
guy-
just saying. So I'm gonna assume you watch
You're rough,
porn
man.
every day,
Yeah, I watch porn every day, probably.
maybe several times a day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you're just sitting here, you turn on the TV instead of
Right, I
a
can
show,
watch.
You,
I watch the afternoon news, and then I watch.
oh, like it's
you
a
know,
soap opera.
Yeah, like grannies doing wild things. Yeah.
Okay. So what if she said,
Right, I'm
maybe
not-
one day of porn?
I'm not. What? Huh? Oh yeah, I'm cool with that. It don't have to be.
Well,
it
then
don't
that's
have
not
to
an
be every day.
addiction.
It
What the
is,
hell- what
but
the
I
hell-
do.
What
I
the
do.
hell
So
am I
then
going
how
to do
did
on the
it ruin
toilet?
your
What the hell am I going
relationship?
to do in the morning when I'm in the bathroom on the toilet?
I watch porn. Yeah.
That's number one thing.
Right.
That's one. Now you got to go all day
Right.
without watching it no more. You said once a day.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna
Right.
work for me.
Okay, but listen. How about this? If for
If
the
you're in the
sake of
bathroom, what you doing? You got your phone with you.
no, I try to leave
Keep
mine
on
in
that
the living room.
shit.
I try to leave mine
That
in
ain't
the living
happening.
room.
So I'm trying to get to this.
Okay, let's get there.
If you were willing to compromise your porn issue, how did it ruin your relationship?
Well, because there were certain things that I needed that I wasn't getting.
Certain things that you wanted.
Okay, well, it all depends on how you view
It was
intimacy.
If
We
you
might need to
didn't,
smoke.
you
We
wasn't
might
going
need
to
to smoke
die.
back here.
No, I'm not saying right. And for a couple years, I was okay with it. I just let it ride. But then it gets to the point where you're like, all right, well, I just want certain things, just like you want certain things. Like if you say, hey, can you put on a pot of coffee for me? Sure, I go downstairs and put on a pot
Don't do
of
that,
coffee.
because I got a scenario for that. If
Well,
that's
I'm
the
just
case, and
saying.
she said, hey, would you bend over the table and let my boy do this to you? You gonna say okay?
No, why would you want
wait
your,
a damn minute.
why would you want why would you why would you want your boy to do something to me?
This shit just took a flaming nosedive.
Men like threesomes with two women.
Yes,
you know,
for sure.
women don't like threesomes with two men.
But I wasn't.
And
I
when
don't.
see
Right.
them
Okay, but I
engaging,
wasn't.
It's no different.
I wasn't
You're right.
asking for threesomes and none of that.
I didn't say
I
you
just
were.
wanted.
It
I just
didn't-
wanted.
It didn't necessarily.
I just
that was
wanted.
general.
Yeah, I feel you. But that's not my party. I'm just more into like the generalization of intimacy. Like there's just certain things that you would think that are just going to happen during intimacy that don't happen, and after a while you're like, okay, maybe she's going to turn. Maybe she's going to turn. No, we're still
How long were y'all together?
couple years. Couple years.
And that can be an issue.
Right. And I wrote it out.
That
I
could be
wrote
an
it out
issue.
for a couple years.
That could be an issue.
Yeah.
Could be. It's definitely. Everybody says that sex isn't.
It is
Sex has a
important.
lot to do
Right.
with the
It does, but it's
relationship. The
not.
chemistry.
It's not so major.
It is up there.
It's up
It's up there. It's up there, but it's not
up
so
there
major
'cause,
that
I
you-
mean, you
Because
can satisfy
generally-
my man, you can satisfy my mind, but you can't satisfy my body. Eventually, I'm gonna go
Right.
looking
Go somewhere
for the person
for somebody
that
to
can
do it.
satisfy
Right.
my body,
That was my point.
and then they're gonna consume my mind. So
You're absolutely right.
Right.
You're
So
absolutely
it
right.
definitely
Yeah, I was
has-
gonna try to put some different logic, but no,
There
that
is
was
no-
nonsense.
yeah.
That's hard to do. It's hard to do. Just like you can ask women, if you take a survey and you say, because a lot of women will stay in a relationship where they're not happy sexually for a long period of time,
Right.
and then you're like, okay, eventually you're going to cheat.
yeah, and don't get me twisted, because you know there's a wide range of sex.
Yes.
But
Yes.
but you can't just do one without a follow through. You always gotta follow your
Right.
shot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it goes hand in hand.
Right.
I'm speaking for myself. You know
Okay,
what I
yeah, it's
mean?
all
So,
opinion now.
I just don't. We was talking about addiction. Though,
Right. But that's
and
what
porn.
that's
So we
what I'm
can
at.
chop all this
Yeah,
up.
chop it up.
Yeah, I know what you.
I
know
edit
what
all
you're
this.
saying.
Don't worry about it. We got
Oh,
it. We
yeah,
got it.
I mean, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking
She
about
got comfortable
the
here
fact
now. We
Right.
good. Hey, listen,
Right.
all this gonna be. We be in here
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
some
yeah,
shit.
we talk shit.
It don't make the goddamn.
The game make the floor.
Okay.
Chop this shit up.
Yeah, no.
All this right here be gone.
I mean, I'm just.
I'm not gonna get the squares. Keep it going.
Not all of it.
I got mine.
Well, what are you
Here's
doing?
ashtray. It went from non-smoking to smoking real quick.
No, I thought. What, you about to smoke back here now? I don't know what's
I
happening.
mean, be careful with the flag.
Right.
That's what we be
That was-
worried about.
that's why we might have just-
Fine. I went, turned myself in. What am I looking at?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it was by God's grace. He said a 30-day max out.
Oh wow. Yeah, now that's a blessing in itself right there, because they
What?
could have smacked you. Could have
What?
smacked you heavy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a minute ago you did say you were on the run.
On the run.
For how long?
2 months? 3
months?
months?
Okay,
Because
that's not
no,
too
no, no,
horrible.
no. 4 months.
That's not horrible.
4 months, but I owed money.
Right,
I was
right,
never
right.
steady. I was on
Yeah.
paper for
4 months of
18
running
years.
is not horrible.
No, not at all.
You know, I've seen
I know
years.
people.
Yeah,
I know
okay.
people that
No,
run for
it didn't
years.
get that
So that's not horrible.
It didn't get
you
that
know,
far.
Right.
It didn't get that far.
Okay,
So, yeah, I turned myself in. I came back to Pennsylvania. That was May 17th. No, it was May 18th of 2020.
Oh, okay.
And I came back in. I turned myself in on May 19th. That was ground zero.
Oh, wow.
You feel
That
me?
was it.
That was it. I literally went into the jail with nothing. You know, I knew I was coming out of the jail with nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
And I possibly might have to go back to my danger zone because I didn't have anything or anyone else that
Yeah, you didn't have a foundation.
Right.
Okay.
So,
And only being in jail for 30 days, that just means you was just starting to actually cleanse.
Right.
And that was
no
that was
time.
body.
That's no
For an
time,
addiction.
right?
To
That
fight
was
an
the
addiction, that's
physical
no
cleanse.
time.
Right, that's
That
no
was
time.
no
That's no
mental
time at all.
cleanse.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it was physical
At
cleanse.
that point,
no
you might
mental.
still be
Right.
thinking about, man, as soon as I get out, I got to contact
Not might be.
so-and-so,
Not
so-and-so.
might be, George.
Yeah.
That was the first
Yeah,
thing
for
on
sure.
my mind.
Because I've missed 30 days of everything. So therefore, I am behind. I'm going to need some help.
Right.
Yeah.
So 30 days, I get to jail, and
Now, was that our county?
of course,
Beaver
yeah.
County?
Yep.
Okay.
You know, this is my only charge, so. So, I get to jail May 19th. I go at 11 o'clock in the morning. Wimp's mom takes me to turn myself into jail. When I say sick, baby,
Oh, my goodness.
baby, that concrete was the thing that saved me. Isn't that crazy? Literally, I was so sick. I will never forget Patrice taking me down to a booking from having seizures, getting injections in my thighs.
Wow.
It was horrible. I would have rather died.
That's insane.
Well, that's what they say, though. They
That's
do say
insane.
that. Listen,
And I've gotten clean multiple times, but that was the worst. And I just remember I kept praying, like, God, please,
Right.
if you get me through this, I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Wow. Yeah.
But you know, God will always test you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
And
will always
I've
test
seen
you.
what you guys go through, like coming out of that. And
So
that is
I'm
awful.
getting myself together. I make it back down to the pod. Somebody slashed through with some Suboxone. I remember
Right.
I was just on this concrete.
Wow. Yeah.
God, if you bring me through this, I'm done.
I'm done.
Get back to the pod.
Yeah.
Somebody got some subs.
Wow.
Nick, I see you bad. I see you down.
Oh, man.
I stick it in a book. I stick it in a book. I go outside in the yard and I lay on the cement because it's heat
Right.
now. You
Yeah.
know, I'm
Right.
feeling it. I'm feeling the rays.
Oh, my God.
While I'm outside, here comes the radar freaking block.
No, we're not going to use names.
Oh.
So these will be cut out.
Yeah.
Right,
So,
right.
so the block gets raided. They found the sub.
They found yours?
yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
So they found it in the stash spot.
Now I'm in a hole for 30,
Oh, my
28
goodness.
days. So
Yeah,
now
keep
I'm
up
in
the
a
bad
hole
work.
for
Keep
28
up the
days.
bad work.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But I feel like that was God putting me in position. Now that the physical, let me work on your head, because that's a part of it also.
Right. Right.
You know, I didn't use the sub, so now every day I'm like, you know, God, you know, work on me.
right.
You know, I need
What
this.
you need me to bump it up on?
What's that?
The plan.
Yeah. Bump it up one.
You know, like I'm like I need this. You know,
Yeah.
I'm feeling myself. I'm looking in the mirror.
Don't touch my
You
stuff.
know, like, oh yeah, really getting herself together.
Yeah.
You know, so I
Yeah.
just kept asking him, you know, when I get out of here, I don't want to use no more.
Right.
You know, in the county, everybody comes through. Everybody knows everybody.
Everybody
you know,
comes through.
You know,
Right,
so
right.
few people swung in and out. They're like, oh, hit me when you get out. I'm like, bro, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? If you want to call me and go out for lunch, sure, or you know, grab a cup of coffee or go shopping.
Right.
Something productive,
Something like that.
not involving cocaine or heroin. Hit my line.
Yeah.
But if not, no. And I made it abundantly clear. So I had kind of established myself inside before I came back outside.
Okay.
When I come out here, if it is not positive or something to better me tomorrow than I am today.
Right.
And the main
like
main thing too, like when you come out, like what I've noticed that a lot of people don't do, you have to cut off the contacts that you
people,
had
places, and things.
before you when you go in. Because
That's number one.
if you
Number
make
two.
yourself available to the people that you know can get you to do the things you're not
Absolutely.
supposed to
Right.
do.
It's very easy.
That's a battle you're not never going to win.
Right. Right.
Very easy.
Right.
Yeah, very easy. I changed my number. I didn't have anywhere to live though when I came out of jail. Not a safe place
I was gonna say they
at
have
that time.
like you weren't trying to get like into like a recovery house
I didn't know if there were any in the area at the time.
okay.
Just coming out of jail.
You were done.
I was done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was June 17th. My daughter, who passed away, I got out on her birthday of 2020. So I had to go back to where everybody was getting high around me. But God. When I say but God, I mean but God. I just asked him to keep me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Help me help myself to get somewhere safe. I found out about a recovery house in Ambridge. Dignity. So I
That
go
was the name
there.
of it? It was
Yeah.
Dignity.
Dignity.
Okay.
Dignity House.
Is it
Great
still there?
women's house. Kristen Hall, shout out. You're one of the best.
And they're still there?
Absolutely.
Still providing services?
On Maplewood Avenue in Ambridge, yes.
Okay, that
Dignity House.
Dignity House. Okay.
Kristen Hall. Yeah.
Right.
So I go there. Great ladies. I didn't have a vehicle. I didn't have a job. Trails helped me out because I had $0. And I went in there, Karen Florence, rest in heaven, broke down, bare
good,
my
very good
soul.
Yeah.
When they say surrender and be humble, baby.
Very good. Very good.
Right, for sure.
Yeah, so I did that, and I got a room at Dignity, a bed at Dignity House. I stayed there. Like I said, I didn't have no job, I didn't have no car, so I still wasn't present in my daughter's life.
Right.
And that was bothering me. So I ended up finding out that Rion and Carrie
Pairing.
had a house in
Oh,
Beaver
okay.
Falls, and I'm like,
Rion Nesmith.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And Carrie Gutierrez, they have the Phoenix house.
They were married at one point, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I ended up getting a bed at the Phoenix.
Now that's down in
Rion.
Beaver County?
That is in Beaver County, in
Okay.
Beaver Falls.
Okay.
They have
And they're still here.
this spot, behind the White Oaks.
Oh,
They have a
Okay.
nice duplex down there.
what is that, 11th Street, 12th Street? 10th
I
Street?
think it's 10th.
Short tent?
Yeah, no.
Down in
it's
that area.
the
I'm not
Providence Street.
Okay.
It's the Providence Street.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
sure, but I'm
You
not-
know where Jay's house is in
Right.
the middle going toward Tabernacle?
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
sure what that is right there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but the house at the time was on Johnson Alley.
Right.
Rion Nesmith, Reverend, was really adamant about no. Because he cares. He said, she's doing so well, I don't want her to come back here. And that meant I had to come back here. Carrie was like, yeah, I'm going to give her a chance.
Yeah. Why
You
not?
know? Now, I'm going to give her enough rope that
To
if
hang
she
herself, for
hangs
sure.
herself,
Can't nobody blame nobody but you.
bingo.
Right.
But I'm gonna give her a chance. So I came back here, and the craziest part about it is literally 2 weeks later, I got a job
Right.
3 blocks down from where Dignity is.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
So you got it in motion real quick.
Oh,
Right.
it seemed like forever though.
Yeah.
You know, and it was so hard. There were so many doors that were
So is it
slapped
still
in
a
my
continuous battle though? I mean, like, are you still battling daily, or
fight
do
every day.
you ever get to a point to where there will no longer be a battle, or is it just
face.
gonna always
Absolutely
be?
not. It will always be
Okay.
a fight.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, because shit
I feel at some
happens.
point. I feel at
Life
some
has
point.
liked me so much.
I understand that, but I feel at some point that it would just
Right, I would think
out of
that it
sight,
would,
out of
yeah.
mind.
Right.
Oh no! I don't have
I'm done with
any.
it. You know, I'm not gonna.
I don't have a desire to get high.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm saying. But you're saying
The
what I
thought
was
is
asking
always
like, yeah,
there.
that's what I'm saying,
Sometimes
like,
when shit
so
gets
no matter
fucked
what,
up, I'm like, oh, bro.
right, I'm about to.
You know, just
Right.
one time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But we
Even in
know
my head, I know. You know,
One time ain't gonna be one
right,
time.
right, and 1,000's never enough.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, obviously, you know what I mean. Now,
Right.
home, check. Car, check. Great job, check.
Right.
But nobody realizes, bank account, check. But nobody realizes, like, that is not it. You know what I mean?
It's a factor. It's a big
It's a
factor.
factor, but that's not where my happiness comes from.
Yeah, but it alleviates a lot of pain too. You know, a lot of people say, okay, you can't buy love and this and this and this and that. But financially, I mean, it does cure a lot of things.
It may cure a lot of things, but it covers up
And then it
the
also-
thing that it needs to cure.
Well,
And then it also puts you in a situation where you have to make difficult choices.
it all depends
Yeah,
on what
I mean,
type of
but
Because
that's
like,
what life
well,
is.
right, that's why I'm saying, if you're saying you're continually battling, then that means on Friday when payday comes and you're like,
No.
damn,
Not like
just let me
that
finish.
battling.
No, right. That I'm not.
I
I'm not
understand what
speaking to you.
you're
I'm just
saying.
speaking in general. So that means on Friday when you get that paycheck, now you got $2,100 in your pocket, and you're like, yeah, my rent needs paid, my car note needs to go out, my insurance needs, and I need to grab some groceries. But at the same time, there's that little, tickling in the back of your head, like, now we could go get high for a second and then just continue doing what we need to do. That's all I'm asking. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe battling is the incorrect word for it, because that's not the case with me.
Because
Now,
one of
in
my
the
boys told me-
beginning,
That's how I
yes.
took it too.
one of my boys told I'm just saying, like, one of my boys told me, even though he's got 5 or 6 years clean, he still literally battles daily. he
Yeah,
says.
I mean, but a lot of people do. People I know with multiple years, 20s, have told me that there are times that it was almost as, if they were still getting high.
Right.
That they have
And
to
it
fight
only-
so intensely.
And it only takes that one time.
Oh, that's it. And it's off
Right.
to the races.
Right.
You don't start
And the
over.
counter
I mean,
starts at zero again.
yeah, you never pick up where you left off at, even though you think that you do. That's why a lot of people are dying.
But we never give up on it.
Never.
Oh,
We
absolutely
always
not.
restart,
Yeah,
reset,
I mean-
reset.
Right. The give up is when you don't
Yeah,
restart again.
Right.
It's you fall off the horse 10 times, but you got to ride.
Right.
You
And
know what I
again,
mean?
we've been on this addiction thing and this recovery thing for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
Again, it's
It-
important
it's-
that we
It
get this
is,
out.
because there's
Overdose
like you said,
Awareness Month. It definitely needs a
and not only that, man, it all ties into your mental, your mental health.
Absolutely.
So I mean,
Absolutely.
when it's all said and done, it all kind of ties together. If your mental health ain't right, then
Right.
you have an addiction.
Yeah.
You're gonna be all into your addiction, and then your mental health might cause you to some things that you really would
Not
never
might,
do.
it's going
And then it's
to.
going to send you back to your addiction.
Right, back
Yeah.
to your
So,
addiction.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, it's a
cycle right
vicious
there.
cycle.
It
It's a vicious cycle. And
Well, I'm glad that you have been able to continue to push forward
Oh,
and
thank
do what
you.
you need to
Thank
do.
you. Thank you.
Right. I mean,
Oh,
because
goodness.
listen, like I said, I got family
Yeah.
members that that they battle, and like they've came out and done things,
Right.
and I'm just like, man, that's that's a testimony in itself because,
Yeah.
like, I remember when you was really on some wild stuff.
man.
You was on some wild stuff, right?
I've seen it.
And you
Right.
think that, you know, I'm thinking my shit
It's
don't
wild.
stink,
It's
my
wild.
hair popping
Yeah.
my collar, and
Right. For sure.
I'm messing the
Yeah.
street.
Right.
Wow.
But you couldn't tell me I wasn't.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Perfectly
Wow.
fine.
it blows you.
Embarrassing.
It blows your mind.
It embarrassed me.
No,
It
but-
embarrassed me.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but as far as some of these recovery houses or,
Yeah.
or some aid, you know, to share some of those places with us
So there are several recovery houses.
from the county to Allegheny County. If you remember.
Yeah, from here to Allegheny County. You know, but in Beaver County, I know they're for females. It's Hope House.
Hope House.
In Rochester.
I was gonna say, what's the one right
Yeah.
there on Harmony?
Yeah, that's the
Well, I
Hope
used to live
House.
on Irvin Avenue.
Now, what
Yeah.
about
You come
Donna's
down
house?
off of-
Are you guys familiar
Donna.
with Donna's house?
Donna
It's on 9th Avenue. It's a recovery house.
on 9th Avenue.
Yes, if you go to my YouTube
Oh,
channel.
I was trying to figure out
Go
who
to my
Donna
YouTube
was.
channel.
Who's Donna? Oh,
It-
oh, that's the name of the house.
Right,
Yeah,
Donna's
Oh,
Donna's
okay.
house.
Oh, no. I'm not
Yeah,
familiar.
okay, it's on 9th Avenue, yeah, go to the channel and it'll show you.
Is it a female or is
Yes,
it co-ed?
It's a female.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay,
very
good, good,
interesting, very interesting, and they, they do pretty good over here.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.